Opening to the audience, is there anything that anyone would like to ask any of our filmmakers? No one wants to know anything?
It's time to ask anything you want. Literally anything.
I just wanted to comment. One of my favorite moments is when you said the safety is on. I wondered where that came from, but it was, I loved it.
I appreciate that. You know, it's funny, when I first screened that, the film, because I wrote it, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be such a pivotal moment, and people are going to realize that, like, man, like, you know, the safety was on, and he could have done anything, but he really cared. It gets a laugh all the time. And when I first saw it, and everyone was laughing, I was like, hey, you're not supposed to laugh. This is serious. But it's such a breath of fresh air in that moment, but it speaks so much volumes to, like, literally just the whole moment that took place. So I appreciate that.
That was my dad asking that question. Hi, Dad. Anybody else have any questions? Yes.
I wanted to thank you all for this beautiful, can you hear me? I'm sorry. I wanted to thank you all for the beautiful presentations and stories, and I wanted to comment on something that you said, Heather, about making the film was therapeutic for you, but I want to share that watching these films was therapeutic for us, and that I really believe that there's medicine in the telling of your story for you, but for those who get to hear it. So thank you for healing us as well.
And again, that is exactly the best testimonial we could have asked for. But really why we did this, because a lot of, the people who have helped me, the amazing team I have, did this because there really is such a lack of diversity in the kind of stories we see in anything revolving around cancer. It's usually you get it and you go through treatment and then it's over. Congratulations, goodbye. And there's so much more to that, and I wanted to have those therapeutic moments because there are 18 million cancer survivors and counting in the United States alone. And so there's going to be a much larger audience moving forward to tell different kinds of stories, and I think that every single person up here has done such an amazing job doing so. So thank you for that. Anybody else? I'm going to start calling on people. Yes.
I'm curious what you're all working on now and next.
No one's working on anything. Anybody go? Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, something I didn't mention before too, as far as my personal connection to cancer. This is related to your question, Lauren. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in 2020. And so when I attended this event in real life, my mom was going through cancer treatments at the time. So it was all the more emotional for me on that day. And then when she did eventually pass, we had a celebration of life. And she knew that we were making this film, so it's a very layered thing for me. And I've gotten a lot of questions of like, oh, are you going to expand and make this a longer project? And I want Golden Afternoon to stay as its own moment in time. But that said, I'm writing a feature that's more directly about cancer and end-of-life care from the experiences that I saw my mom go through and what I went through as a caretaker. So yeah, that's in development.
So since I graduated college, I've been working in writers' rooms out in LA, and currently I'm working on an Amazon Prime show that's coming out this summer, and it's the Legally Blonde prequel called Elle. So I'm really excited for that. And I also am working on writing and hopefully directing more projects in the future.
I'm actually, so acting is my main forte, so I've been quite busy on that front, which has been really good. It's been good to be back on the saddle there. And I am actually working on my next project as well, too. It's not going to be nearly as like heavy. It's going to be a breath of fresh air. It's going to be more of a comedy. And actually we're hopefully getting that funded here soon. Gonna be doing that and just enjoying life, as you were saying. Like, you know, just really just enjoying the time of, you know, just being here after, you know, a crazy whirlwind of a year last year. I also was diagnosed with AML as well too. So yeah, so I'm just enjoying life now. So I've been traveling and like, you know, enjoying. So yeah. I'm trying to make movies here and there too. Which are expensive, by the way. Movies are very expensive to make, but we do it.
That's right. I'm actually very excited to share that Palate Cleanser has now been developed into a feature film. So we've gone through 7 rewrites, 3 script competitions. We've got our proof of concept. We've met with casting directors this week trying to just attach somebody that could, you know, maybe get us some pre-sales. So we're really looking forward to diving into all of these characters' layers and their stories and showing you how Goodwin became Goodwin. I mean, she's like cold-hearted, she doesn't care, she wants to run it, but like how did she get that way, right? She's got her own life of traumas, and same thing with Bart Lewis, like how did he get to that point of desperation? And so the feature film kind of breaks down all of that and then added characters as well because they all have like their own worlds. And then outside of that, I'm also working on a feature documentary called I Feel Blue with a colleague of mine who's based here in New York named Dan Grigsby. He is Blackfoot Native American, and the entire story follows how Native people and Black people cultivated and curated blues music, and just kind of how all of those forms of art really tell the true story that deserves to be told. So, yeah.
You're skipping?
I'm a little bit on the boring side. My focus at this time is more so in journalism. I work for my news agency over in DC.
And that's an Emmy for
Okay.
I've been doing it a little while. Looking to see if I can get a couple more. You know, 1 for my mom's house, 2 for the shelf. Because 2 always is better than 1. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But so far, it's been enough things happening in the news lately. That's been, yeah, like I said, that's kind of been my focus. But I'm looking forward to doing more projects. I'm looking forward to do more documentaries. One of my first projects in my career was on Black urban farms. It was in Richmond, Virginia, where I interviewed 6 different farm groups, all making small plots just in the middle of Richmond, Virginia. And I'm hoping to do something kind of in that similar vein. I don't know if I'll go back there. I don't know if I'll do it in DC or if I'll find a different location, but that's something that I find very compelling. So, yeah.
Al Roker did a film like that. You gotta check it out.
I'll have to check that out.
It's amazing. Kind of busy. We were a film marketing and distribution agency, so we've got Armadillo Man, Jim Franklin, which is a story of a gay, queer poster artist in the 70s in Austin, Texas, who created the posters for the biggest concerts in Texas. Frank Zappa, Bruce Springsteen, Charlie Daniels, AC/DC, Talking Heads, and he was kind of ignored through his whole life, so we wanted to celebrate what he did. So he was the artist for the Armadillo World Headquarters. We created a 30-minute doc. It premieres on PBS on June 1st. And then we've got Blind AF, about this amazing human, Sean, who was in the Army, and she went blind after getting an accident. She wanted to be the first human to cycle across America, solo, on a bicycle, blind. And so we took her across America with a film crew, and that's going to, we just won the Sedona Film Festival, Best of Fest, and that's going to premiere on VOD in September.
And I will close out by saying that I'm going to be going into pre-production in the summertime to shoot a short based on a book I wrote that is going to be a a musical comedy on cancer. Can't wait, it's going to be hilarious. And then after that, I'm going to be shooting a vertical series called Corporation, which is based on a board game that my grandfather invented, where you take out your CEO. Not in like the Luigi kind of way. It's strategic. Anyway, so with all that said, thank you all for being up here and playing with us this evening. We still have a much shorter block of films coming. I think there's only 4 in this section. They're all very short. So please go back to your seats, stretch your legs if you need to while we take these chairs away, and we'll be starting block 2 in just a minute. Thank you guys.